Hello everyone, this is Pal Ponder on Weather coming at you with another video. In today's update, we're going to be talking about some very cold temperatures that's going to be impacting parts of the US over the next several days. So before I do get started, if you do like weather related content, please subscribe to my channel as I upload daily videos to keep you updated. All right, so let's get started. So today is Thursday, February 13th, and we've got some wind chill advisories out for in this lighter shade of blue for parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, into pretty much the entire state of Minnesota and Wisconsin, even dipping down to Missouri this morning, where they've got dangerously cold wind chills of 40 below zero this morning. And that would essentially cause frostbite within 30 minutes of exposed skin. And here you see the winter weather advisories still taking effect in parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, and parts of the Northeast, where that leftover winter storm. And now they're going to be dealing with some lake effect snow on the backside of this system as Arctic air entrenches on the north side, funneling, 1 to 2 inch snowfall amounts over this area over the next day or two. If we take a look at the actual surface map, now this is that Arctic front that moved through yesterday, and it's extending all the way into Texas now. And back behind it is that really cold Arctic air with that northern jet stream finally dipping down into from Canada, releasing some of that cold Arctic air with the negative EPO that we talked about into the United States. So we're finally seeing some of these Arctic temperatures, and this is the result of it. As of this morning, you can see in these blue shaded area, these are daily record lows now, a good 20 to 30 of them across the central US and parts of Kansas this morning, Nebraska, Iowa, into South Dakota, Minnesota. These are daily records. And even into the lighter shade of blues, that's tying the daily record. And even down into Oklahoma, you see this is within 3 degrees of the daily record. And we have this little anomaly here off the coast of California, and even way down into Mexico too. So, and then definitely parts of Canada. So the central part of the country is definitely feeling it this morning, and this will swing eastward as we go over the next day or two. Now let's take a look at the actual temperatures. That these are real-time temperatures as of this morning, and you can see these are fairly extreme. And pretty much the entire state of North Dakota is in the teens to 20 degrees below zero this morning, and even in down to South Dakota, and pretty much the entire state of Minnesota too. I think at last check it was 10 below, maybe 11 below now in Minneapolis. But you can see even up further north, 31 degrees below zero this morning in Minnesota. And that colder air is entrenching all the way down into Iowa and getting into Nebraska with negative numbers and single digits as you get into Kansas, into Missouri, and it's modifying a little bit as it heads south. But this is some extremely cold air, and the actual feels like temperature as far as the wind chill goes is obviously even colder than that. So we're getting 40 plus below zero wind chill factors in Minnesota. There's some spots 46 below now. So this is pretty extreme. This is some of the coldest air you've seen the entire winter, and dipping down in 40 below even into Iowa. And some of these negative wind chills are even going into Kansas and Missouri this morning, and this will swing into Illinois. But yeah, pretty much the entire state of Wisconsin too is getting into the action of single digits to 20 degrees below zero as far as wind chill. So if we take it out and look at the actual 24-hour temperature change, and this is pretty impressive. This is what Arctic air does, and these numbers are 40 and almost as much as 50 degrees difference of what it was yesterday and what it is now this morning. So this is definitely some Arctic air coming into the United States, and so it's going to have a drastic impact on how it feels on your body, because you haven't been able to adjust, because the huge temperature swing you've seen over the last 24 hours. If we take a look at what it's going to be like far as high temperatures, and this is basically 4 o'clock this afternoon, and even at 4 o'clock, basically the hottest part of the day. Even then, you still wouldn't even get above freezing, pretty much in the entire state of Minnesota. So above zero. So this is some extremely cold air that's funneled into the United States, and it's a quick shot. Yeah, it's going to be a day or two, lasting into 3 days. But yeah, this is definitely some Arctic air that's coming into the U.S. and even like I said, wind chills at the hottest part of the day today are still not even going to get out of 20 and 30. You can see almost 34 degrees below zero, and that's the hottest time. That's the hottest time of the day. So this is definitely some extremely cold air that's coming in the central part of the U.S. And if we take it out to Valentine's Day morning, this is Friday morning. Now it has that Arctic air entrenched over Wisconsin, and we're talking, 20 degrees, almost 23 degrees below zero as far as actual temperatures, and even down to the Missouri, and even into Arkansas, getting into the 20s. So this obviously isn't Arctic air, but it's definitely cold enough, and these are 10, probably almost 15 degrees below normal now. So it does modify, but this is definitely some colder air that's entrenching. And where they've had some snow into Illinois and Indiana, you have that snowpack, and that's going to be aiding into those temperatures even going lower, and you're getting single digits into Indiana and parts of Ohio. And as this swings into actual feels like temperatures for Friday morning, again, almost 40 degrees below zero as far as wind chill on your skin. So definitely be prepared for that. And like I said, Chicago, the coldest you've been all season is about 2 degrees. You're probably going for -2. And the wind chill, teens, almost 20 degrees below zero. In Minnesota, Minneapolis, you're trying to get to 20 below zero. So that's definitely some cold air, even for you guys. And as this swings into Indiana, and this will eventually swing into parts of the Northeast, and you can actually see what it feels like as far as temperature goes in the Northeast on Friday morning. That cold air will entrench into parts of the Northeast and start getting some of those negative numbers into, like I said, extreme Northeast, and then it'll even get colder on Saturday morning. But as far as the wind chill goes, yeah, now you're getting into those, teens and single digits wind chill factor in parts of Vermont and New Hampshire and pretty much the entire state of Maine. I know Boston on Friday is trying to get to probably about 10 degrees for a low temperature. So yeah, you're going to be really impacting. This is like I said, these are actual temperatures now, that single digits in parts of Ohio, and then modifying into Virginia and into the Carolinas, into the Southeast. But still, it's a quick, 24-hour plunge, even for you guys and the Southeast. It's been dealing with all that rain this week. And then as far as the feels like temperature on your skin into the Northeast, now you're going to have to deal with those 20 degree below zero wind chills, and New York and parts of Massachusetts, and then Vermont and New Hampshire, and all of Maine, as you're going to be dealing with that snow too, and then packed on behind it with that cold Arctic intrusion. So that'll kind of give you an idea of this cold Arctic air, and this is essentially going to be from today through Saturday. And we do modify a little bit, but already signs of next week that we've got another strong cold front that's going to be going into the to the U.S. And some of the data is already spitting out a lot of snow, and even snow for like parts of Texas and even parts of the Southeast next week. So definitely stay tuned for that. Be sure to like this video and share with your friends on social media, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, and definitely catch me in the next video where I protect you before and after the storm.